blitzkrieg. Well, probably take me a better part of a week at the rate I'm going at, because I still got other stuff to do during the day too. Pole, that's a little bit thin. Right idea though. Right idea. So a drowning set under ice is a lot harder, because where you could, with a normal drowning set with a stop loss or a drag cam, whatever verbiage you want to, a noose hold, whatever you want to call the snag at the end of the chain, you know, or stop drag, or you know, a slide catch. There's a million names for all these things. The way it works is you have your shelf, you have a cable, goes all the way down, staked in, right? Maybe, I don't know, 10-15 feet, so that it goes deep enough, maybe 5, 6, 7 feet of water. Your chain obviously cannot go to the surface, be long enough, because the animal will, you know, it'll take longer to kill him. He gets caught in the trap, he immediately dives in. Now on the trap will have to be extra weight. For a beaver, I would think 10-15 pounds would probably do most of them in pretty quickly, with their leg caught in a, you know, because they'll only have 3 legs and a tail swimming power, which is, think of like a 4x4 with one tire busted. You know, they still got lots of power, but anything heavier, I think that 20 pounds, they might not pull off the shelf easy enough. So either you have to set it up so that it pulls off really easy and go with something really heavy, pulls them right to the bottom. They let out their breath, they're done. Probably under 30-40 seconds, they're done. What do we got here? So there's a lot of science that's going into this, but you can only do that when there's no ice, right? So what do you do when there's ice? Because you know, unless you've already preset everything up. But how do you check it out? That now you're thinking maybe a slight angle. I see some people do a slight angle, but I've also seen some people just do vertical. Think like a cross. Okay, and I'll show you all this when I build it. You do like a cross, straight up and down, and then somewhere a couple of feet under the water, closer to the bottom, not too far to the bottom, because you know they're not going to find it, right? But somewhere midway on the pole, you put your beaver sticks, nail them on, tie them on, whatever. 3 or 4 inches below that, you have 2 sticks that come out, or maybe not sticks, but like a 2x4 block or whatever, something that you could really tighten the trap to really well, that it doesn't come off. And as they swim up to it, while they're paddling like this, or they go to grab the sticks, whatever, they're going to put one paw down into the trap and snap, and then you got them. So that's the goal for today. So 15 poles. To find 15 poles that are going to be strong enough, obviously it's got to be made out of something that they're not going to eat, or you know, whatever, but they still might, you know. So I want something about 15 poles for that. Now the conibears, it don't matter. Conibears, as long as it's something that you can slide the trap on, you know, because they're not going to struggle very much in the conibear. Obviously they're going to be dead almost instantaneously, or within a few seconds after, if you do it right. Conibear, whether you use a hanging set, a pole set, the what you call it, the trap holder set, which I might try a couple of variations on that, especially at the beaver houses. Right now, this time of year, like, beaver is the most work to get. Wolves are probably the hardest to trap, just because they're so, you know, but the snares are easy to set up, right? Whereas something like a holy kind of gerbil's going on there. Squirrels are running everywhere. And still squirrels. Still squirrels. But anyway, yeah. Lots of rabbit tracks and stuff. That's good. That means the predators will be coming in. But anyway, that's my goal for today. As far as getting everything out and about, my goal is for January 1st. Again, I wasn't set up this year. Like, all this stuff should have been done pre-season, you know what I mean? Like, scout where I'm going to go, measure out all the entrances to the beaver dams, you know, in the fall or whatever. Pick each beaver dam, mark them, so when it was go time, you just show up, chop away in the ice, drop your traps down, tie them off, go home. come back next day, catch your fur. And again, you're always trying to get a better system because it takes so much time to set everything up. But once you get an idea of what you're doing, it's not so bad. So there's a lot of trial and error. Even if you've done it before, there's always a kind of a relearning curve, and that's where I'm at right now, is that relearning curve of doing it all over again and stuff. So anyway, we're almost at my traps. I'm going to see if I caught anything, and we'll go from there.